Okay, no more crying. Hi there, welcome to Vlogmas Week 3. My name is Lindsay, artist and creator behind Sploot, an original art and corgi themed sticker and merchandise business. And in today's video, we'll be recapping my business in 2024, talking about new changes for 2025, answering some of your questions, and finally closing out with a letter to my 20s because I'm turning 30 tomorrow. So 2024 was actually my very first year running my business full time. Prior to that, I had been working in corporate America, and I actually quit my job in September of 2023. So technically, September of 2024 was 1 year, but actually, this was my first full calendar year, if that makes sense. So yeah, 1 whole year of running my business super duper uber full time. And a lot has happened this year. If I'm looking over this way, I have my laptop with like all of my notes, and I want to make sure I don't miss anything because we do have a lot of milestones that happened this year, and while they might seem small to other people in terms of the number, to me it's really huge. And the way I see things, a little bit of growth is better than no growth, and I think having that mentality going into 2025 is really what's going to help me kind of just propel myself forward little by little. So in the year of 2024, I did 48 events, which encompassed about 73 days of selling. And if you think about that, in terms of weekends, there's 52 weeks in a year. I pretty much vended almost every single week, although that's not true. I didn't actually. There were some weeks that I had off because there wasn't an event, and there are some weeks where I had 4 events in a week. So 48 events, and these events ranged from anime conventions, comic cons, outdoor markets, indoor markets, pop-up events, corporate events, and even college run events. This year, I also posted 22 videos here on YouTube. That's a lot of videos. And we actually grew our community by over 1,000 new subscribers. So hello everybody, welcome. I also want to say that if you ever come up to me in an event and you let me know that you watch my videos, I really appreciate it so much. And on Instagram, we've gotten as close as I've ever been to hitting 10K. Will it be a Christmas miracle? Who knows? It would be totally awesome if we hit 10K before the end of the year. But as growing social media goes, it's never linear. It's always like this, like it's like flopping around like a worm. So who knows, maybe. But on Patreon, we also gained 3 new monthly sticker club members. So welcome members to our sticker club. I hope you enjoy your stay. And there's going to be more information on the changes that are coming to our sticker club a little bit later in the video. So in 2024, continuing on with our milestones, I actually released 20 new product lines. 20. That's a lot of new products. And like thinking about it now, I didn't realize how much it was until like I started counting it, and I was like, wow, that's a lot. More on that later as well. Sales wise, we are actually technically up this year from last year, which is a great thing. However, this is where I am a little bit upset at myself as a business owner, and I'm trying to give myself grace because this is my first full-time year doing this, with the added expenses of making sure that I am able to pay what I need to pay to survive. And because of that, I was not operating my business like it was my lifeline and like, you know, it's how I made money. I was still operating my business like my business's only role was to sustain itself. And so because of that, one of my regrets for 2024 was not being more careful with business spending. Overall, 2024 wasn't an absolutely terrible year. Did it go the way I planned? Absolutely not. But I made it out alive, and despite all the downfalls and the failures, I think it's going to make me stronger for 2025 and a lot wiser knowing what to expect running this full time. Speaking of 2025, there is a lot to come. There are a lot of things that I'm going to be changing up, and I want to plan as much as I can. I will say that I'm not very type A, so planning is not like my forte. I'm very much like Sagittarius to the bone, and chaos is what I thrive in. So 2025, I want to plan as much as I can. That way I'm really setting myself up for another successful year. And I say another because this year wasn't the worst year ever. Do we have some negatives? Yeah, but I think there are a lot of positives, and oftentimes we tend to harp on the negatives more than the positives. So trying to stay positive. And as my latest reel audio says, positivity attracts positivity. So we're going to be positive. For 2025, one of my goals is to be more intentional with products and more intentional with business spending. So actually, because we have so many new products that came out this year, we just have a lot of products. That's what it is. 20 new product lines. That's a lot. And you're probably sitting there and thinking like, oh my God, why? And I ask myself the same question. Why? Now, that doesn't include the variations in each product or the many different designs of stickers, sticker sheets, shoe charms, or air fresheners, which are mainstay products in my catalog. These are totally just new products to the shop. Now, do I have regrets about some of them? 100%, of course. But with each product, there was somebody who was very happy to purchase or receive it, which in turn makes me happy. And, that's one of our missions and one of the goals of Single Sploot is to really create pockets of happiness and foster joy in people's daily lives through these sort of fun trinkets and items. In 2025, I will be slimming down my product catalog. You have my word right here in this video. And if I don't, somebody please come back and link me to this video and remind me that I said I was going to slim down. I really want to focus on just a few products and offering different designs in those products. So there are items in my shop that do well than others, and I think bringing other designs to those products will also just be a better business model than coming out with a new product all the time. I have run out of room in my entire house to store products. I will say there are boxes of products literally everywhere throughout my house, and it has now become an integral part of how we live our lives, such as coming into the house, putting our bags down on top of a box that has t-shirts in it. So, there's a lot of stuff around in the house, and I would like to clean it up. And so I think next year, being more intentional with the new type of products that come out is really going to help me in the long run. Now, does that mean I'm not coming out with new products? I don't know, because as of right now, in this moment, it is Friday, December 20th, 2 p.m. I have decided that I wasn't going to make any new products for 2020. I have so many new products that came out in 2024 that I feel like didn't get a lot of attention. And so maybe its time is actually going to be in 2025, that I don't want to make any new products for the next year. However, I will say this. The challenging part of being a creative and running a small business is wanting to do everything and make everything. And we see something and we go, oh, I want to design something that has this and this, looks like this, but has like my art style. It's super cute. It'll be great. And at the end of the day, we have to remind ourselves that we are trying to run a business. Sometimes what we want isn't what the customer want. And I always say to make products that you personally would want, and I still stand by that no matter what. Even when it comes to making art, make the art that you like, that you enjoy. Don't make art just to make a quick buck or anything like that, because people can tell and people love passion. So, we just have to think about the customer. We need to take a step back, think about the customer, the consumer. Who are we making the products for outside of just ourselves? Because it's very, very easy to get caught up in wanting to make a fanny pack for ourselves, or a blanket for ourselves, or, a trinket tray for ourselves, because it's something that we think we will use, but will other people use it? So while I love the wide variety, I love it so much, of the items that I do offer, I do think it's also hurting my business. And so in 2025, I'll be cutting a lot of products, and now might be the last time you see a lot of them. I've started phasing out some products already this year. Lanyards are one of them. I'm no longer going to be stocking lanyards once they sell out. And Honestly, a lot of my items currently, or my business model, is run on small batch. I order a design, and once that design sells, I don't reorder it. I will cut it out once it's sold out. So, if you see something 1 year from me and you come back next year, chances are you might not see it again. So another change coming to 2025 is going to be to my Patreon, or my monthly sticker club. If you don't know, I run a monthly sticker club over on Patreon, and currently I offer it at $15 for 3 vinyl waterproof stickers, or 1 vinyl waterproof sticker and 1 vinyl sticker sheet, depending on how I feel. And I say depending on how I feel because my main reason for starting the sticker club 2 years ago, I think, was to be able to create sort of as much as I want. I wanted to give myself an outlet to be able to create new stickers and create new designs for people who really loved my art and my humor and stuff like that, in a place that I could be unapologetically just me. And so I did that for 2 years. I created really, really fun designs. A lot of you guys voted on them, which I appreciate. And for the 2 years, I will be completely honest, I was losing money on running the monthly sticker club because shipping prices are constantly increasing, and the cost of materials are increasing, and there's MOQs I have to hit with the stickers. I wasn't really gaining too much money month to month based on how many members we had and how many stickers I needed to order. So with that being said, change is coming to the sticker club. Starting in January, I will be offering our sticker club at a lower cost. It'll now be $10 for 2 vinyl waterproof stickers, and you'll continue to get the 15% off discount code if you are a member of the sticker club. So that's what's happening. If you're interested, be sure to check it out. Lastly, I want to make more content. Whether it be studio vlogs, vending vlogs, or chit-chat videos, I want to share more of what I'm doing, what is going on behind the scenes, and connect with you all more in 2025. Fun fact, I actually started Twitch streaming a few months ago. Actually, I want to say maybe it was earlier this year. And currently I only stream One Piece TCG, and by streaming that, I mean I only open up cards on stream. So I rip open cards to fulfill my gacha need, and I'd love to start streaming more frequently come 2025 and using it as an outlet to really yip yap with you all, maybe do some drawing or some crafting, or just wanting to chat. So those are the changes coming for 2025. I hope you're all excited. I'm excited. It's a new year, it's a new chapter, and there's a lot of things that are coming. Now, on to probably my favorite part of the video, the Q&A. You guys had so many great questions for me. Let me pull them all up. And I also have some on my phone too, because I asked you guys over on Instagram and on YouTube, and I appreciate all of the questions so much. So many questions. Could you talk about your history in creating Single Sploot? Awesome question. I started Single Sploot actually in 2018, shortly after I got Emmy. Single Sploot originally was going to be a webcomic. I was super inspired at the time to try to do a webcomic of what it was like living with Emmy, living with a corgi, and being a corgi parent for the first time, or a dog parent for the first time, and just what that life looked like. And I made one comic. It is a horrible comic. I will never show it to anyone ever. Actually, I think it might be on Webtoon. I'll have to think about that one. But I made one. It was 4 panels. And after that, I realized making comics is hard. It's really, really hard. So I kind of decided, okay, maybe I won't make comics. And I started to just post art. A lot of my older Instagram art is like very, very bad. And it had been a very long time since I drew digitally prior to 2018. So I did that. Then in January of 2019 is when I sold my very first corgi sticker. And I did it through Instagram on my corgi's Instagram page, and they were very, very small. They were like 1-inch stickers because I'm very bad at measuring. And so I sold those to a lot of our corgi friends, and that was really exciting. Then in 2020, the pandemic hit. I was still making art at the time and still selling my little mini corgi stickers. And yeah, I decided during 2020, you know, what the heck? I got nothing to lose. Why not just do this thing? And here we are, almost 2025. And I'm glad you're here with me. That's the honest thing. So next we'll do some Instagram questions. Let's see here. There's so many. So this one says, what does 2025 look like? Reality versus hopeful. I'm hoping that in 2025, I'll be able to just have a very clean slate and be able to just operate my business in a more normal fashion instead of a very hustle and grind fashion. Because I feel like right now I'm running on empty. And I think what a lot of us artists like to do is not acknowledge burnout. And with the amount of work that I did this year, I definitely think that I had burnt myself out, you know, maybe a month ago or a few weeks ago or whatever. And I started to really feel it. And I don't want to tell myself that I'm burnt out, because I want to be able to tell myself that you can do this, you can keep going. But I think acknowledging our burnout is also just more healthier than avoiding it. So in 2025, I'm hoping to have not a more relaxed year, but just a more functional year, if that makes any sense. Will you be doing Anime NYC or NYCC next year or in the near future? Love you. Love you too. I am thinking about Anime NYC. It is going to be 4 days next year, which, you know, is like a lot, because 4-day cons are a lot. And it is in New York, and I've never been to New York before for convention, so I don't really know how logistically that's going to work out. I've heard horror stories about the Javits Center, so we'll see. I have been applying to Anime NYC as an artist in the Artist Alley for the past 3 years. Also, have not gotten in. So it's really up to the organizers if I go to conventions, and that's the truth for a lot of your favorite artists. Where do you see your business going in 2025? I hope it's going up, and the sky is the limit. How are you feeling going into your second year full-time at your business? It feels crazy, but at the same time, it feels like my very first time, and at that same time, it feels like I've been doing this forever. I think it's my goldfish brain, because every time the new year rolls around, I forget what I have to do. Like, I forget how things work, and, you know, what things need to be renewed, and how do I apply to things, and what am I even doing anymore? So going into my second year, I'm hoping that me right now will help me in the future be more prepared, is what it is. This person also asked, would you do a video tier listing the cons you went to this year? Yes, I'm doing an event tier list next week. So it'll come out next week, probably right after Christmas, ranking all of the events I did this year, even the small little local ones, and talking about all the conventions. So stay tuned for that one. Also, please tell me that the checkout headband will stay. I'm hoping it stays. Okay, when we were packing up for Awa, my Mama Sploot, took it apart, and I was like, no. But we save everything, so like I have the headband and I have the sign. It just has to be retaped. Happy early birthday. Thank you. What are your top 6 conventions for 2024? This is hard. I did 13 conventions this year, 2024. So my top 6, okay, KomoriCon, Emerald City, KawaiiCon, AX, Otakon, 5. And my last one will probably be ALA. Those are my top 6, and it's not top 6 because of like how much money I make at all of them. It's top 6 for different reasons. ALA, love the ribbon culture there. It's what makes going to ALA so worth it, and why I like going to that convention. KawaiiCon, I just love going back home, my people. Emerald City Comic Con is local to here in Seattle, and the vibes are always great. I never really have problems with ECCC. And, you know, it's always cool to see people that I meet at other events come to this convention and seek me out, which I love. AX doesn't need an explanation. It's AX. And Otakon. I really like Otakon. The vibes are really fun. Everybody's really, really nice. And I love the staff at Otakon. All right, this next question. How many years would you like to continue doing Artist Alley? I hope to do Artist Alley for as long as I can until like I can't no more. It's really fun. I love seeing everybody, you know, doing Artist Alley. The other artists are pretty much your coworkers, so it's always great to see everybody, and especially working by yourself as a small business, it gets really lonely. So I would hope to do it as long as I can. How many distributors or vendors did you reach out before you decided on your supply chain? That is a great question. So it depends on the product. I generally like to reach out to 2 to 3 different kind of manufacturers or factories or vendors before I settle on one for a product, but it depends on the product. Some products you're able to find a good fit earlier on, some you're not. So yeah, my answer is 2 to 3. Is there any work-life balance as a small business owner? This one I think is super important because as a small business owner, as somebody who grew up, you know, trying to be perfect and trying to do everything. I mean, I was valedictorian, I did all the clubs, I was pre-med in college. Like, I'm very much wired to work until I can't work no more. That mindset really affected me running my business. So having work-life balance is very important. And that also comes into play with how I think I might have burnt myself out this year, and I don't want to acknowledge it. So I try to give myself as much grace as possible. I generally like to just keep working 9 to 5. When my partner wakes up to go to work, I wake up to go to work as well. And when he comes home from work, then that's where I kind of clock off. But it is hard to do that when you're talking with manufacturers who are overseas with different time zones and stuff like that. So sometimes I am working odd hours, other times I'm not. On the weekends, I generally try to give myself the day off, especially if I don't have an event. Being a small business owner, your time is up to you and how you spend it is up to you. So give yourself grace. Definitely give yourself some work-life balance. I know some people like to go on trips and stuff like that. I unfortunately didn't go on a trip this year, which feels weird, and I'm hoping to change that next year. Last question. What is your top advice or top piece of advice for someone who wants to follow the same path? I will say that if you're looking to do this, running a small business full-time, doing art full-time, conventions full-time, whichever part you want to do, be prepared. It's not easy. And it might look easy in like the vlogs or whatever, and the pictures and the photos and people posting about like having a ton of sales and selling out and whatever. And I'll say it's not easy and it doesn't always happen. Personally, my online shop is not really super duper amazing. I don't really sell out of things online. And I don't get consistent sales every day, let alone every week or every month for that reason. Be prepared because there's a lot that can go wrong before things start to go right. With social media, everybody's sort of painting what they're doing with rose shaded glasses and making it look like, you know, I'm living my best life. And I'll say it is very privileged for me to be able to do this and be able to run my online business and go to conventions and fly across the country and sell my corgi art, because not everybody gets the chance to do that, right? And I acknowledge that, but at the same time, it is not easy. It is very hard. I still struggle with weeks of no income because there's no events, or, you know, I did an event and it didn't pay off, and now I have negatives from that event, and how am I going to pay off the event since there's negatives from it, right? I'm going into the next event already with back debt from a previous event, or, you know, Cyber Monday sales didn't go good. What am I going to do? So be prepared, because it's not as easy as it looks, and things will get very, very hard before they get very, very, very amazing. But if you believe in yourself, then I think you can do it. That was pretty long-winded. I'm sorry. But I wanted to close off the video with a letter to my 20s from me, who is turning 30 tomorrow. In my 20s, a lot has happened. I don't think I can get through this without crying. So your 20s are your time to try things. Try as many things as you can. And when you find something that works, just stick with it. So if you're young and you're worried about friendships breaking or making new friends, just know that you're not alone, and you'll meet new people. Some people change, you're gonna change, everyone's gonna change, and that's what your 20s are about. It's about changing, it's about becoming who you want to be, who you feel like you're meant to be, and learning about all of these things and figuring out life and figuring out how to be a person who exists in this world. I just want to say that to the younger me, I say thank you. I hope that in my 30s I continue to grow, and I'm glad you guys are all here with me. Okay, no more crying. Now that that's all done, thank you so much for watching. If you stayed to the very end, I appreciate you. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what are some of your goals for 2025. If you're interested in joining my Patreon, my monthly sticker club, this is December's design. This will also be the last time you'll be able to get a sticker sheet for my monthly sticker club. Reminder that next year I am moving to 2 vinyl stickers, so no longer a sticker sheet and 1 vinyl sticker. It'll be 2 stickers, but you can check out the details over on my Patreon, linked right here. And lastly, I am on the road to 10K. We're so close. I think the last time I checked, let's see here, 9932. We're so close, guys. We just need like 68 more people, less than 100, and we can hit 10K. It would be super duper crazy if we did, but if we didn't, it's all good. So yeah, be sure to check out my Instagram for all of the latest details, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so sorry for crying. I didn't mean to cry, but yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys next week for the tier list video. Bye!